Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm Robin Zimmerman, your host, and we're here at Higher Ground Outfitters on Ladies Island. With me today is Wendy Jester with the Turbeville Insurance Agency, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming hurricane season.
Yes.
So, and insurance and what we need to do to be prepared. So, what do we need to do to be prepared for the hurricane season? Wendy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Well, now is a good time to review your policy with your agent. You don't want to wait till it gets too close to hurricane season. You want to be prepared. Review your policy, learn your deductibles or relearn your deductibles. Some people are surprised, unfortunately, if the event happens, they forget that when you have a hurricane damage, that most policies have a higher hurricane deductible. So you do want to review your policies with your agent. You want to take photos of your home, your contents and everything, just so you have documentation of how it was beforehand, again, in the unfortunate event that something were to happen. Yes, absolutely.
Now, what about, there's flood insurance and then there's wind insurance, and if I'm not in a floodplain, so kind of explain that for our viewers.
It gets so confusing, yes ma'am. Down here in the low country and on the coastal area, there is a separate wind or hurricane deductible to most policies.
Okay.
So inland, per se, Columbia or Augusta, Georgia, you know, the wind is always included in there. But down here, what happens is they separate it by a different deductible. So that, again, is something to get familiar with your policy. And as far as flood, we are the low country. So there are flood zones A, where the mortgage company requires you to have flood if you have a mortgage.
Yes.
But there's flood zone C, where the mortgage company does not require it. However, we highly recommend it because it is a flood zone and we're the low country.
And I guess there's so many different deductibles with different companies, and
yes,
so that also can be very confusing.
It can be very confusing. It is just very important to have an insurance review with your agent and go through that again so that you have a good understanding and you're not caught off guard in the unfortunate event that you have a claim.
Okay, one last question on the hurricane season. Let's say I don't have the flood insurance. Can I wait to see if a hurricane's coming and then get the insurance, or is that maybe too late?
Lots of times that is too late.
Okay.
With the flood insurance, and it's part of the FEMA guidelines, when you buy a new home, at that time you can get a flood policy with no wait. But after that, if you want to add a flood insurance policy and it's not lender required, then there is a 30-day wait. So you don't want to wait till the last minute.
Okay. All right, that's the big goal. Don't wait till the last minute. Think about it now.
That's right. Start preparing now. Exactly.
Now, with summer coming up, there's a couple other things to think about. We've got golf carts.
Yes.
A lot of people have their own golf cart. And so I guess the big question is, do you have to have insurance for a golf cart to drive a golf cart?
Right. You do not have to have insurance on the golf cart per the state law unless you are going to operate it on a public roadway.
Can you do that?
You can if you register it with the DMV, and there's
you have to get a license.
There's all kinds of guidelines with it and laws and rules with the DMV. There's a lot of golf communities here, so lots of them in the private communities. It is okay to operate the golf cart on the private road as long as you're over the age of 16. But golf cart insurance is a good idea to have. Because of the liability, especially, you know, unfortunately accidents happen.
Right.
You run into someone's vehicle or unfortunately do something, you know, you want to have the coverage to repair that.
Well, and another type of insurance would be for, you know, some of us have children, grandchildren, in the summertime as they're going off to college.
Right.
Do we need to think about what kind of insurance are you talking about with that, or thinking about for us?
Right. With your college students, when they go away, usually the first year they're in a dorm, and the parents can check with their homeowners insurance, and you can extend the coverage for their personal property in a dorm. But usually after that first year, they want to go out and they want to rent an apartment and so forth.
Oh, that's right.
And they need to get their own renter's insurance. They sure do.
Okay. So again, let's go back, kind of conclude this conversation. Hurricane insurance or flood insurance, wind insurance. Be prepared.
That's right. Start reviewing now with your agent. Ask your agent for a review. And you can ask them to also shop your insurance. Turbeville is an independent agency. We have over 60 carriers that we can shop the coverage with to make sure that we are fitting all your insurance needs.
Thank you so much, Wendy Jester with the Turbeville Insurance Agency, and we'll be right back.